Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about modern classroom education and just what my classroom looks like in Yamaga. I'm in a small town, and I really call my classroom more of a English or self-learning environment. Okay, so let's take a look at this picture here from Life magazine from 1956, and just compare it with standardized classrooms today. Are they pretty much the same? Has it changed much? If you walk into any modern day Japanese classroom, you'll see the same style here. You've got the teacher in the front who has all the knowledge and is giving a lecture, and the students are all in nice neat rows, and they're all taking notes, and they're all copying down the exact same thing at the exact same time that the teacher is giving their lecture. So that's the way things have been for hundreds of years, up until basically the 20th century here, 19th century education, 20th century. But the 21st century education's got to be different. We are now in the information age, so information doesn't only come from one source, being the teacher, but really it should be coming from all directions, from student to student, not just teacher to student, but also from sources, resources, teachers, classroom students from all around the world in this information age. So in the 21st century, we've got to look at the concept of blended learning. Now you probably ask yourself, what is blended learning? Well, if anyone here has ever had a pina colada, has ever had a smoothie, it's basically a mix or blend of different ingredients, and that's what we're going to use here in the 21st century classroom, is different resources, different styles, different techniques, all blended together, all in one room. Now, a blended learning classroom has these 5 key aspects or characteristics. Before you get started, you should really think about. I'm sure there are more, but these are the 5 I think you should focus on before you try to implement a blended learning classroom environment. Number 1, it's more work to set up at the start. If you're used to just lecturing or writing notes on a board and they copy, that takes really not that much preparation. But in a blended learning classroom environment, you've got multiple activities and skills going on at the same time. So you have to be a student yourself and play around with the games, with the apps, with the activities to see if they fit your students. So it's a lot of research on your end in the beginning. Number 2, it's more work to train students, again, at the start. So if students are just used to taking notes and filling in blanks and doing worksheets, training them in computer literacy, training them to work together in small groups, training them how to look up information, how to ask for questions, how to be creative, that is going to be a big challenge. And there are different systems you have to think about of how you can do that in a whole class or small groups. But once they have mastered those multiple skills, you just continually use them again and again and again, and it's much less work later on. Number 3, more active for students and teachers. What that means is it's a very noisy, which is a good thing. The kids are walking around. It's the kind of environment where there's just a lot of hustle and bustle. If you're a teacher who wants silence, who wants students just to sit in their rows and write down everything that's on the board and copy everything down, then a blended learning classroom environment is not for you. It's going to be an active, engaged environment because a lot of communication and exchange of ideas and helping one another is part of it. Number 4, there's less classroom management since students are individually engaged and paced. What that means is you don't have to worry about a student interrupting your lecture or bothering another student because they are actively engaged in a group activity, an individual activity that fits their learning style, that fits their interest, that fits their pace. And number 5, a blending learning classroom is better for personal attention and assessment between students and teachers. What I mean by that is because I'm not spending so much time just lecturing or doing direct instruction, I walk around and I watch how my students are self-engaged or engaged with one another, how they are working on with a project. I'm walking around, I'm taking notes to see what skills and what type of learning styles that they are really, really good at and what they are really gravitating to. So I have to be a much more attentive teacher and take a lot more notes and dialogue with my students about what's working well for them. A blended learning classroom is, one, online. That means it's connected to the world of instant information, the world of instant translation, and the world of instant communication. Number two, it's interactive. We're talking about real interactions in small groups from teacher to student to student, and these teachers and students don't necessarily have to be in the actual same room. They can be interactive with guests virtually. It's a student-centered interactive environment. It's high interest and it's creative. Number three, a blended learning classroom is curated by me, the teacher. I look at apps that are on smartphones, that are on tablets, and I play with them. The same with learning games, YouTube videos, TED Talks, and also reading, listening, and assessment. I look for online quizzes via Quizlet, via Duolingo. So these are just some of the examples of the resources that are free online that I use. All right, let's get a little bit more detail about what is blended learning. All right, classroom learning activities are created, curated, and facilitated by a trained teacher. Educational technology, such as online learning materials, mobile apps, skills-specific audio and video, and learning games are used alongside traditional print resources. Structured, independent, and group learning activities are part of it. Also, authentic, expressive, and communicative language activities. Student autonomy and choice in learning style. Choice is important. Student interest, skill production, and assessment. If any of you have heard about the flipped classroom, the flipped classroom was born out of blended learning. So, what is a flipped classroom? A flipped classroom is a class where students are expected to watch the teacher's lectures at home and then do the homework in class. So, look at the old 19th century model. Teacher lectures during the whole class period, students take notes, they're expected to read, study, understand the notes, and then you assign them 5 questions, 100 problems as homework. Well, what we do is we do it the opposite way. First, the teacher records their lecture and then uploads it, and the students, they can watch it at home on their smartphones. They can rewind, they can pause, they can actually comment and text message and SMS with other students about what they don't understand. They can actually try to do some of the homework at home, but then they bring the homework to class, and then you do the homework in the class. And as they're trying to do it in the classroom, you're checking their understanding. All right, here's a little activity I call double flip the students. So here's a technique I call double flip the students. Okay, first step is the teacher makes or chooses videos for the students to take notes on. Now, if you're technophobic and you don't want to record yourself lecturing and you don't want to upload, go ahead and do a search. I'm sure there are hundreds of other teachers that have done the same lecture on the same topic that you have. That's fine. Step 2, the students take notes of that video. You can check their notes as part of the assignment and they get a credit. Step 3, the students must record their own lecture. So they take those notes and they make their own video. And then they upload it for the class to share. 4, Other students watch the student lectured video and take notes themselves. And you'll find is the students, they will be more interested in listening to the same content as your lecture or another teacher's lecture, just out of the mouth of their friend or classmate. 5. Allow the students to make a group test or quiz. So that can demonstrate how much they understand of the content by making the questions themselves. You can choose to use their quiz as points or not. 6. Teacher uses some of the student questions on the teacher test. So you'll find is they will probably come up with the same questions of content that you would have. You don't have to use all of them, but it's a good incentive. You say, well, I will use 30% of your student generated questions. Of course, they have to be legitimate. You know, you're not going to use everything that's like you think is too easy, but that's up to you. It'll really motivate the students to study because they will also know the answer because they made the question themselves.
こんにちは。今日は B 動詞の勉強をやっていきたいと思います。B 動詞には am, is, are の3つの種類があります。まず am の使い方は、am は私、僕などの時に使います。is は単数の人、物、こと、he、she などの時に使います。are はあなた、君などの時に使います。さて、例文をやっていきましょう。これは私のお気に入りの CD だ。これは I でも You でもないから is になります。だから This is my favorite CD になります。私たちは学生です。これ We は複数の人、物のところにあるので、ここには R が入ります。だから We are students になります。次は疑問文をやっていきましょう。You are Mr. 水木。あなたは水木です。これを疑問文にするには R を You の手前に持ってきます。すると Are you Mr. 水木になり、あなたは水木ですという疑問文ができます。その時の答え方は、私は水木です。答えるときは Yes, I am になります。いいえ、私は水木ではありませんと答えるときは No, I am not になります。次に否定文に行きましょう。僕はトーマではありません。そういうときは I am not トーマと言います。彼は水木ではありません。のときは He is not 水木と言います。この時というか、すべてに大事なのは、丸や点を必ずつけることですよ。わかりましたか？それでは、上の方を見てください。短縮形です。I am を短縮形にすると、I'm になります。You are は Your になります。He is は His になります。They are は Their になります。She is は She's になります。We are は We're になります。覚えておきましょう。B 動詞とは、どういう言葉だったでしょう？ B 動詞とは前後の言葉をイコールでつなぐ言葉です。ありがとうございました。Goodbye. ガチャ。
Now, as a Microsoft Innovative Educator, I've been a Skype in the Classroom teacher for 10 years now. And I cannot suggest enough to get into Skype in the Classroom if you are not using it. It will open up your world to thousands of other like-minded, innovative, creative teachers and classrooms and will make your blended learning classroom a real active environment. And your students will not be limited to the people that are inside those four walls. Their limits are just the whole world. Okay? So here are some 4 key Skype classroom activities. Number 1, you can get a guest teacher or facilitator into your classroom. Number 2, play mystery Skype. Basically, you're guessing the city that the opposite classroom is in with yes or no questions. Number 3, video message question and answer between students. So time zones are not a problem. I've had many classrooms that we would not be able to speak together live because of the time zone difference. We just send video messages back and forth, audio messages back and forth, and it really makes a big difference for my students in seeing that their English language skills have authentic meaning because they can see their friends speaking English and they don't have to be native level either. But video messaging is a great way to overcome the time zone difference. And number 4 activity, teach your native language to another class. Meaning I have my Japanese students teach key phrases and words of Japanese by using English. Go.
Are you from Spain?
Yes! Okay, say muchas gracias, Spain. Mira, Sansana, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have hello.
Hello.
We have more time for today because we have to change the class.
Speak with me. We're finished for today.
So, okay, thank you very much. I will request you. You can say goodbye.
Hasta la vista. Okay. The camera's frozen now. I'm gonna put him in. So we're gonna have a 3-way call. Okay. So you can talk with. He's the same age. Hold on. Let's see here. Let me.
Yes.
I'm trying to call. Let's see. Hello, Sungho.
Hello?
Are you there? You're a little late, dude. What happened?
No. I said hello, but then you didn't answer it. I was waiting.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
All right. We got a special guest. We're doing a special 3-way call. Please turn on your camera. These are students in Vietnam, okay? And they want to meet you. Oh, this is their teacher. Hello. Okay. Did you just woke up, dude? Get out of here. You just woke up. You
No.
took a
No, it's the provincial thing. It hurts.
Really?
I mean, it doesn't hurt, but then it just.
Oh, I like your new hairstyle. Okay. Introduce yourself, please. Say hello. Say hello.
So,
Sue.
my name is Sungho.
Sorry, could you repeat your name, please?
Speak up, please, Sungho.
My name is Sungho.
Sungho.
Yeah.
Sungho. You are from Korea.
Yeah.
He's from Korea and lives in Japan. No.
Người ta hàng nó ở bên Nhật Bản.
Yes.
Somehow they're so excited. They're so excited to meet you, dude. You're a celebrity. Look at that. Look how happy they're. So I want you to try to speak clearly and slowly. Okay.
Any question about his hobby, his sport, the sport like or something like that? Okay. Yeah, you can talk. Ask him his hobby. Say, introduce yourself first. My hobby. No, your name. Your name. My name is Maya.
What's your name?
Okay, what is your name? He asked you. My name is Hyan.
Ryan.
Hi, I'm. Okay, I can. Okay.
Hi, Hi-an. Hi-an.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Okay, good.
My hobby is arranging flowers. Arranging flowers. And you? How about you? How about you?
My hobby is to play soccer.
Play soccer. He likes playing soccer.
Oh, soccer, yeah.
How often play?
How often you play? How often do you play?
Actually kind of play like for soccer 3 times a week or something, or 4.
4 times.
My name is Lan. How often do you like singing? Do you like singing?
Me? I don't like singing. I like listening to.
So you can sing for me and my friend sing music. He don't like singing. Yeah, he don't like singing. So he just like listening to music. Okay, another question.
Hi, my name is Alexia, and you asked me what my favorite class was. My favorite class is my AP chemistry class because my teacher goes into great detail about what we're learning.
Go.
Hello, Martha. Are you interested in stars and space? Hello, Jan. Are you morning person or a night person?
His name is Juan, and his question is,
am I a night or morning person? And I would say night person.
he's a night person. Look at him. He's still asleep.
Egg and sausage. How about you? What did you have for breakfast?
I had rice,
Rice?
egg, rice and egg.
Rice and egg. How about you, Haruki? What did you have for breakfast?
Rice,
Rice?
sausage.
Sausage. Wow. Okay. Next question.
Are you a baseball fan?
No, I'm not. I'm not a baseball fan.
What do you do on Sundays?
On Sunday, I will take a rest. I will take a rest. How about you? What will you do on Sunday?
I play volleyball on Sunday.
Oh, okay. That's good. How about you, Haruki? What will you do on Sunday? What will you do on Sunday? I will.
Baseball. I will play baseball.
I will play baseball. Okay. Okay, Haruki, your question.
Can you cook takoyaki?
Oh, no, I can't. I can't cook takoyaki. But, okay. I see, okay.
What is your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream is a mochi with ice cream. Do you know that?
I don't know.
It's like mochi, and then inside there's ice cream.
Oh.
Mochi ice cream.
Yes. Also,
Remember we ate it when we went to Los Angeles? When we were in Little Tokyo, we had mochi. Mochi ice cream is a Japanese American food. Japanese American food.
I like it.
It's good. Mochi and ice cream.
And I also like matcha ice cream.
Me too.
Okay.
Can you cook miso soup?
Miso soup? No, I can't.
Can you ride a bicycle?
Yes, I can. I have a bicycle. Can you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you go to school by bicycle?
No.
How do you go to school?
Walk.
Okay. How about Haruki? How do you go to school?
Work.
Walk. Okay. And Sensei, I ride my bicycle. Okay. Next.
Can you play tennis?
No, I can't. I can't play tennis.
Is it sunny today?
Yes, today was sunny. Yes, it is.
J-pops.
J-pop. J-pop. And do you know any song of Vietnam in Vietnam? Do you know any Vietnamese songs? Do you know any Vietnamese song?
No.
In Vietnam, Japan is famous for cartoon like
yes.
Conan.
Cậu bé Bút
Xin
Chì ấy,
xin
xin
con
học mấy cái không biết. Cậu bé Bút Chì ấy, ở Nhật thì nên hỏi được đấy. Đồ ăn người ta ngon.
What kind of food you like best?
Sorry, one more, please.
What kind of food you like? Food.
Fruit.
Yes.
I like vegetable and chicken.
Vegetable and vegetable and
Chicken.
Chicken. Chicken hả? Chicken. So can you cook?
No, I can't.
So who is the cook in your family?
My grandmother.
What does your mother do?
My mother. My mother's job is teacher, elementary school teacher.
Primary teacher.
Ngại thôi.
Đây ngại gì? Bạn ấy còn không ngại mà em ngại rồi.
16 tuổi em nhưng mà vẫn ngại. Ngồi kém sang. Cô nghĩ không học. Bây giờ bảo em ý hỏi mình ấy.
Okay, you can ask her.
Okay. Do you like Japanese food?
Yeah. I like sushi best.
Kind of sushi. Sushi. What kind of sushi? What kind of sushi?
What, huh?
Sushi no 種類
Sushi?
Yes, for example, maguro.
Oh, different sushi?
何の種類 kind.
Why don't you look in there? I don't know. Why don't you do the translate? So, Nihongo. Did they ask you a question? Did you ask her a question?
No, she's asking how.
Oh, about she's asking you. Okay, so she's. Let's see.
What?
What sort of sushi? What kind of sushi do you like? So ask, what kind of sushi do you like?
What kind of sushi do you like?
You
Easy. It's not popular in Vietnam, so I just try it one time.
Oh, you only tried one time. So sushi is not popular in Vietnam. Not yet. It's just beginning. Sushi is very new in Vietnam. It's very new. But in America, very popular. You know, in Korea, other places popular. But Vietnam is new.
And anything else?
Anything else?
Have you read manga?
Sorry.
Do you read manga?
No, sorry. You can tell about it. And can you tell me what is manga?
Manga is a Japanese comics. It's very fun.
Okay.
Do you know Japanese culture?
Japanese culture.
Don't worry, we'll see you later, okay? Matane. Don't be stranger.
I know some. Japan is a place where the sun rises first in the world. And Japanese has a kimono. Fuji mountain, and I like this mountain best in the world. In Japan, I know that your country has tea. Tea. People. Tea art. Drink tea.
Oh, green tea. Ocha.
Oh, okay.
Green tea. Yeah.
Green tea.
And has many sakura.
Sakura is starting now. Did you see? It's early. Yeah, right now is a sakura season. The trees are beginning to show. So, mới bắt đầu bây.
Oh, it's great if we can have another time to, so you can show us. Sakura.
Yeah, let me think here. It would have to be phải sớm hơn một chút vì ở đây nó tối rồi. So if you want to do maybe 1 hour before, I can show you, during the day, like 4 p.m.
We should arrange time so that you will show us sakura outside.
Yeah. Or I can send a video message too in the daytime. So, but we'll try. Yeah, right now it's already nighttime. So 6
Oh.
o'clock.
It's
It gets dark.
nighttime in Japan.
Nighttime in Japan. Yeah, it's already here. Maybe I can. Here, I'll show you. Is
In
here.
Vietnam, it's
Still
5
day.
o'clock, 5 p.m.
This is how you say I play soccer in Japanese. 私はサッカーをする。This is how you say you play soccer in Japanese. あなたはサッカーをする。This is how you say he plays soccer in Japanese. 彼はサッカーをする。This is how you say she plays soccer in Japanese. 彼女はサッカーをする。This is how you say they play soccer in Japanese. 彼たちはサッカーをする。This is how you say we play soccer in Japanese. 私たちはサッカーをする。
Now here's an activity that I use that's expressive, it's communicative, it's authentic, and it's something that's not done in one class, but utilizes many real-world skills. And my students are elementary school students. Pretty much we use Google Translate and we use Skype in the classroom. So using Google Translate for communication skills. 1. The students write a card or letter to a pen pal in their native language. In this case, Japanese. 2. The students then type that letter into Google Translate. Step 3. The students write and copy the translated language from their Japanese that was typed in into English in their notes or on a piece of paper. 4. The teacher then proofreads, edits, and clarifies the mistakes that are made by Google Translate. 5. The student then types back the target foreign language, English in this case, copy back into Google Translate. 6. The student then uses the text-to-speech function to practice pronunciation until they decide they have mastery. 7. The students make a video reading the letter to their pen pal via Skype. So we're sending a video message. They've practiced their speaking, listening to the computer voice. 8. The pen pal in the foreign country reads and records the letter back and sends it back to the student, in this case Japan. So this way my Japanese students gets to hear their pen pal's voice reading in English what they wrote. Step 9. Students watch and listen as their letter is read back to them.
Merry Christmas! Hello, Russia. My name is Rico. I'm 12 years old. I'm from Yamaguchi, Japan. I like presents. In Japan, we have Christmas cake and presents. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Rino.
Hello, my name is Amalia. Merry Christmas. Hello, Russia. My name is Rika. I'm 12 years old. I'm from Yamaga, Japan. I like present. In Japan, we have Christmas cake and present. Thank you for your card. It's really cool. Okay, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. My name is Sumire. I'm 5 years old. I like rabbits. Sumire. Sumire, thank you. Bye-bye.
This kind of pen pal communicative writing activity takes place over 3 to 4 classrooms, so 3 to 4 hours, depending on the strengths and weaknesses of the student. As they're doing it though, they're getting writing skills, practicing skills, typing skills, pronunciation skills, listening skills, as well as computer skills. They have to make decisions when they're making their video of whether they think it's good enough or not. And they will practice actually more than you think.
The boys and girls ran to the playground. I see you in that tree. I see you in that tree.
I hope you had a good day.
I see
Where
you in that
you
box.
I know Tim.
Now, since the technology is doing the translation, is doing a lot of the accuracy checking, the teacher focuses on editing, language nuance, awkward grammar, lots of encouragement, and adding expressive ideas to make the video message a bit more fun and creative. Now here's some food for thought when it comes to video recording activities and using your smartphone or any digital device. One, the students, they're allowed to self-record their reading and speaking. This way they can watch themselves and assess their own speaking abilities, and you can also share it with the parents, and you actually use it as a basis of evaluation. Two, leave it open-ended. Let the students decide how many times to record. Check the deleted files. You'll be surprised to see that they will probably practice more than you assign. So if you tell them 3 times, they'll just do 3 times. But if you tell them, do it till you think it's perfect, you'll be surprised to see they'll probably do it maybe 10 to 12 times. And 3, allow them to be creative. Give them ideas. Don't just have them read aloud in front of the camera and that's it. That's just the beginning. Take a look and you'll see what some of these students do. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Is that good, that one? You have to redo it, right? Okay, good.
ほら、ここ入ってこない。ほら、ここ入ってこない。
Ooh, it's wiggly. Oh, it's loose.
でもちょっとだけ入ったら。
Okay. You have a hole in your tube.
歯磨きするときはめっちゃ痛い。
Okay. Shh, shh, shh.
Dear me, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yes. Yes. A party. Bye bye. できました。イエーイ。
Did you want to do one more time? You have to review it.
これ。
She says okay? Okay, cool. Let's use it. We'll send it to them.
How do you spell dekiru in English?
CAN.
How do you spell Nihon in English? JAPAN. How do you spell Tsukue in English? DESK.
How do you spell hanasu in English?
SPEAK. How do you spell currently in English?
HIN. Can you dance?
No, I can. How do you spell guitar in English?
GUITAR. Can you play Mario Kart?
Yes, I can. How do you spell Nihongen in English?
JAPANESE. Can you make in the Indian curry? No, I can't. See you. Start. Can you cook takoyaki? Yes, I can. Can you speak English? Yes, I can. Is it Monday today? No, it isn't. It's Wednesday. It's sunny today? No, it isn't. It's Wednesday today. It's Monday today? No, it isn't. It's Wednesday today. Can you eat tofu? Yes, I can. It's Mr. Trump from Japan? No, he isn't. He's from America. Do you play the shamisen? No, I don't. Are you in the brass band? No, I'm not. Can you play the piano? No. No, I can't. Are you from Yamaga English elementary school? No, I'm not. How do you spell square in English? D-E-S-K. Can you swim fast? Yes, I can. Can you use a computer? Yes, I can. What is your name? My name is Haruki. Can you dance? No, I'm not. Do you like sushi? Yes, I like sushi. Can you cook takoyaki? No, I can't. Can you cook miso soup? Yes, I can. Finish.
Parents and teachers always ask me, it's like, well, how do I get different age, different level students learning independently at different speeds at the same time in one room? I'm lucky that I have a large classroom, and I don't have a lot of students all at the same time. I max out at about 12, but they're coming in and out at different times. My classroom lesson times are either 1 hour or 2 hours. We start here at 3:30 and we end at 8 o'clock. And students flow in all at different times here. When they come in, they're allowed to pick off different activities that I've made onto little cards and on a magnet board, and then they make their schedule. The rules are they're not allowed to do one activity more than twice in a row. So 30 minutes max would be for one activity. This ensures that they just don't stay and do the same game learning thing the whole 1 hour or 2 hours, although that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Now, it's not completely autonomous, because if there are key projects or worksheets or test assessments I want them to do, then I put those up there. I stick it up and then they have to work around it. but they have a lot more freedom in their time management and in the activities they want to do than they would be in a traditional classroom. So in my classroom, there's a menu of learning activities. Students, they can watch YouTube videos. I make them turn on the closed captions. That way they can have the reading down at the bottom and match it with the sound input. The students can record themselves reading aloud. The students can practice spelling and typing skills. The students search for English learning videos. And then we actually have a list, and then the students recommend that to the other students. And the students work in groups to video record a short scene in English. That's always fun. Alright, here are some websites and apps and learning resources that I've used over the years that I highly recommend, from the beginning learner to even into some adult levels. Okay, Starfall, Duolingo, Games to Learn English, Skype in the Classroom, which I've already mentioned, freerice.com, which is great because you play, learn, and feed the hungry, Kahoot. And here are the web addresses, so feel free to take a picture of this and just log on and just play, and then see if it fits your students or figure out how you can utilize it in your classroom. Good. So Starfall, Writing Race, Scratch, Handwriting, Original Dictionary, Reading, Typing, ABCA, Writing Race. Okay? So you have. Oh, you want to go watch a movie? You can watch a movie, the Christmas movie. Haruki, can you please read your card? Read it. Read. Yeah, read it. Read. Oh, before what? Hello? What? Russia, huh?
My name is Haruki. I'm 10 years old. I'm from Kitakyushu, Japan. I like sports. In Japan, we have Christmas cake and fried chicken.
Christmas cake and fried. Do you like Christmas cake?
Yes.
Do you eat fried chicken?
Yes.
Do you eat fried chicken?
Yes.
Do you eat fried Christmas cake?
Yes.
Yes, you eat fried Christmas cake. Okay. So, hey, what are you doing? What is this? What is this? Is that a peach? Momo? Is it peach? Ooh. That's all white now. All white earphones. Okay, one more, Leah. All right, remember that old 1956 picture here? Nice, neat rows, learning going on one way. All right, design of your classroom is really important for a blended learning environment. You can't just be going one way. Okay, classroom layout is key to blended learning. How you place your desk, where the activity is going to happen, that's really, really important. Here are another 5 things for you to remember. 1. Create areas for specific learning activities. 2. Add wheels to tables to easily change. 3. The layout can change as activities evolve. You don't have to set it the same place every day. Be flexible to change as the needs of the students and the learning evolves. 4. Allow students to collaborate in layout design. Why not? They're the ones that are going to have to use the room, right? Not just you. And 5, don't listen to me, listen to Bruce Lee. Be flexible in layout design. Be like water. Now go online. Take a look. Do a Google search of, well, Google. These are modern offices now. They're creative spaces. They leave lots of room for autonomy, for people to move around, to people to collaborate in different ways. Why not make our classrooms like this? The classroom should be more like a lounge in a coffee shop than it is in just straight rows like a factory. So take a key from the big tech companies and how they are redefining the workspace. Do the same for your classroom. Now, if you're familiar with cross-training, which is basically you're doing a bunch of different sets of activities and exercises at different stations at different times, that's basically what we do in my learning environment, except cross-training for muscles and the body, or cross-training for your brain and language skills. So here's an initial example of my classroom or my learning environment, that there's a clear area by the teacher's desk with a computer there for group work. We have a whiteboard at the top. We have a TV screen for Skype communication with other classrooms, watching videos. We have a set of 4 computers where students share in pairs. It's really important that we do pair work and that higher students, lower students, they work together. There's an arts and crafts area, there's a group work area, there's a reading listening station, and then there's more of a single computer area for small groups. So this is one, or my initial layout. And in my mind, I had this beautiful, harmonious vision of students starting at one station and then working clockwise every 15 minutes, moving to the next station, nice and smooth. The reality is, it's more like this. Kids, sometimes they bump into each other. It's okay. They'll be fine. They crisscross, gets around. It's kind of chaotic when it's during the changing of the activities period, but they get to where they want to go. So it's actually quite fine. Don't worry about it. Finally, here's just a 360 view of what I call my self-organized English learning environment. Alright, here's some key items to take away with blended learning. Okay, number 1 is the role of the teacher will evolve into a trainer or facilitator of gathering knowledge and skills to share with their students. I know a lot of people worry about using all this technology. Are we going to get replaced? No, it's not going to replace the teacher. The teacher still has their expertise to decide and curate. And one thing that I really realize is, with all this technology, what is the thing that cannot be replaced, that makes us human? Okay, and that's the human factor. Is our empathy, our patience, our motivation. Basically, what I think in the 21st century is going to happen is the role of the teacher actually has to be more human and more empathetic, and actually have more people skills, better soft skills, because those are skills that the technology cannot replace. So remember all those like people that taught you that you're like, I can't believe these people are teachers. I don't know, why are they in education? Hopefully they'll be gone, because what they had before, in the sense of just knowledge, that won't be enough. Okay? You need to have real person-to-person skills. So remember, it's going to make you more human as a teacher, if you want to. Number 2, make sure to create areas for students' chosen activities. Let them have some autonomy. Blended learning will allow for more personal time one-on-one with students, if you want that. 4, it will also allow you to play with the technology yourself. Become a student again. Play with the apps. Just when I've mastered one app or new website, there's a new one that's even better. So the technology and the creative people behind that learning technology is just, it's all just changing, happening so fast. So make sure you do those activities first. 5, use the technology to inspire students' creativity, whether it's making videos, whether it's writing to people and interacting with people on the other side of the world because of Skype, whether it's to make their own animations, but the technology is a way to get interest in their own learning. And number 6, use the technology to create global citizens. The world's getting bigger and the world's getting smaller, and we are not limited by our 4 walls when it comes to learning, and neither should our students. Now, I'm sure you've all seen this cartoon, and it summarizes 19th century education systems and how they still exist today, and how we assess students and learning in the 21st century has to be completely changed. So let's take inspiration from this updated version of that model, and looks like we need to knock down the 19th century ideas of education that still exist to make all of our students successful in their own ways, so we can all climb that tree of knowledge.